Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a look at the downward vertical angle of Bernie's arrow when he shot the bear based upon his tree stand height. Now, he was up 18 feet in the tree. We figured out everything, which I won't bore you with how we did it, but his downward trajectory angle of his arrow that we figured is about 23 degrees. And I'm gonna compare this when we're done. If he would have made the same shot and the same bear, but instead of being up at 18 feet, he would have been at 8 feet. He had about 6 inches. That's about, and again, I didn't examine the bear, so I'm not sure exactly where it was he had it, but from the best that we can tell, he had 6 inches there that he had below the backbone, okay? Now, if you take a look at that mark there, I'm gonna show you what we did. We came over here and we went that mark there, okay? And so that would mean if he was on the ground, he'd have a 6-inch height, vertical distance that he could shoot up and down, and he could hit both lungs to get under the backbone there, okay? But he was up in a tree 18 feet plus his height, which we added into the equation. And so that put this here, if you look at that there, that's at 23 degrees, okay? So I'll just turn this here so you can see that I just turned that there. So that's what, there's 23 degrees, okay? So now I take that, I line that up there, okay? So do you see that? That is about the angle where Bernie hit the bear. Now, what we're gonna do over here is I took my deer chart, I drew his lungs at 6 inches from the bottom of the backbone there to the bottom there. I set this up at 25-degree angles down, and then what I did is I measured the distance between these here, and they're very fragile for me to hold them. And I've got, you can see there, I got a little over 5 inches. So yeah, actually I got 5 inches. So he lost an inch of height on his kill zone of his vertical height by being 18 feet in the tree. Now, the question I asked is this: if you hunt lower in a tree, the negative thing, of course, is with bear hunting or any animal is they're going to smell you more. So that's the disadvantage. The positive thing is your angle, instead of being so steep, flattens out a little bit. So we figured that out. If he would have been at 8 feet, which is pretty common for a lot of people that bear hunt, I try to touch where I can take the bottom of my tree stand right there. I can touch it with my hand. So I'm probably at 7.5 feet. Well, at that height, if he would have been there, his shot would have been at 12 degrees. And instead of having 5 inches, he would have gained 3/4 of an inch. He'd had a kill zone of 5 3/4 inch. So what I'm gonna do now is rearrange this. We're gonna set up and we're gonna take a look at what his kill zone height would be if he would have shot back farther. And we're gonna look at it again from that place. So, okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna examine Bernie's shot. If he made the exact same shot, 18 feet in the tree, the deer at 20 yards, but he aimed back farther. When I say back farther, I'm saying right there. I've got a mark I put down here and I got a mark down here, because what I need to do is I need to take the bear apart and show you a few things again. Okay, so now if he would have went back farther here, now let's take a look at this here. He would have had back there, he would have had basically 9 inches. Okay, so we need to have 9 inches. So now what I did is let's go look at my little angle machine here and let's take a look if he made that exact same shot, but he aimed back in up farther where he had the tallest kill zone on a bear there is, which on this one was 9 inches as opposed to the 6 inches he had. And guess what we're gonna find? This is the same shot. This is him, his same distance, 3 7/8 here above. This would be the perfect shot. That's 3 7/8 inches above that. And lo and behold, look what we have. Instead of going an inch above the backbone, he's an inch below the backbone. And all this marks here will show you how far under the backbone he hit. And that would have been a beautiful shot. So the exact same shot, the exact same archery shot, just whoop, aiming back farther. And that's what would have happened, my friends. So tell me, what do you think of all this? Is this too complicated for you? Do you enjoy it? I need to know, because I go on and on about this stuff because that's what I'm into. So I need to know what you think. I'm sure if you follow me on the Anatomy Hunter, you share my passion about wanting hunters to be able to kill more deer and wound less. For you to be able to help me, you could send me your videos to theanatomyhunter.org, and you'll find a place that'll say perfect the shot, and all the instructions are there. Thank you very much.